in this edition of the TV-46 high school basketball game of the week, being brought to you by the Jordan Auto Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Welcome back to Algie Oldham Gymnasium on the south side of South Bend. We get you ready for Elkhart and South Bend Riley tonight. And welcome everybody to the Elkhart Chamber of Commerce pregame show featuring our Jordan Automotive keys to win. We'll start with the Elkhart Lions, who come in with a record of 4-5. They have 6 players averaging 8 points or more per game. But the guy that we believe is the straw that stirs the drink on offense is that young man, Cameron Daniels, their point guard, 5'11" junior. He's averaging 8 points a game, almost 7 rebounds a game, and he leads the team in assists. Gets a lot of help on the inside from a talented sophomore named Demarion Anderson. He is the leading scorer for the Lions, 12 points a game, also over 7 rebounds a game. He had a career-high 26 about a week or so ago against Fort Wayne Snyder. The keys to win for Kyle Sears and the Lions.
Well, not hard to figure out that they got to know where Blake Wesley is all night long and put as much pressure on him as they can. They've also got to reduce their turnovers, which was a problem in the last couple of games, and the shot selection will be real important tonight. Take the ones that you can make and live with the fact that some are going to go in, some aren't. But Kyle Sears has his team ready. He is right now in his 7th season as a head coach and first at Elkhart High School.
You know, they're playing really well right now. They're coming off a couple losses, which also makes it tough because they're ready to go. We're coming off a couple losses, so you know, we continue to get better and continue to come together as a team. And you know, obviously you got to worry about Blake Wesley and the rest of their team, which is solid. And we got to make sure that we play solid defense and rebound tonight.
So, gee, who to pick as the key player for the Riley Wildcats? Well, what about Blake Wesley? He's only the 4th leading scorer in the state. One of the few players who has scored over 1,000 points in his career at Riley, and he's committed to go to the University of Notre Dame. 33 points and 6 rebounds a game for the explosive senior. But he can't do it alone. He's got to get some help, and Jackson Copley has been there by his side this year. The 6'3" senior is averaging over 12 points a game. He, too, had his career high against Fort Wayne Snyder this year with 22 points in that game, and he's a pretty good three-point shooter. The keys to win for Alex Daniel and the Wildcats.
The number one thing they have to do is protect the paint, and that means they're going to try to get Elkhart to shoot from the outside. They also have to clean the glass, get those rebounds one and done, and they got to create offense with defense, and that's a big part of what this team is about. And Alex Daniels in his first season as head coach here, and looking forward to the challenge from Elkhart.
Well, they're a very balanced team. They got a lot of guys that can contribute to what they're doing. So we got to make sure that we're doing a good job playing team defense, not letting any one guy go for 20 points, but trying to keep those averages about where they are from the defensive standpoint.
So those are the head coaches and the keys to win. We're getting ready for tip-off here at Algie Oldham Gymnasium. It's Elkhart and Riley in an NIC battle. These have been the keys to win from Jordan Automotive on the Elkhart Chamber of Commerce pregame show. Next on 46. This edition of the TV-46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by Tipping Point Basketball, Michiana's #1 training academy. They're getting ready for the starting lineups in this one, so are we. Here's Bob Nagel.
And first of all, for the visitors, the Elkhart Lions, starting at a guard is number 3, Darjon Lewis. By the way, the starting lineup being brought to you by Heart City Health. Also in that lineup, another guard is Cameron Daniels. He's a 5'11 junior, wears number 24. And Malachi Emmons has been put in that starting lineup tonight. He is a 6'1 junior, wears number 25. Big guys inside, Demarion Anderson. He's a 6'4 sophomore, wears number 22. And Luke Tyke wears number 20. He's a 6'5 senior. He'll also play at a forward. And now the starting lineups for the Riley Wildcats, sponsored by First Source Bank. Number 0, Blake Wesley is at a guard, 6'5 senior. The other guards include Clay Coleman. He wears number 10. He's a 6-foot senior. And Isaiah Robinson, a 6-foot junior, wears number 11. The big guys inside, Nate Mock, 6'5 senior, played a forward along with Jackson Copley, who is a 6'3" senior. Again, the Riley Wildcat lineup brought to you by First Source Bank, and the Elkhart lineup brought to you by Heart City Health.
The series history, and you might say, well, Elkhart just got merged. Remember, there was an Elkhart High School back before the split, and at that time, they dominated Riley in the series, leading at 38-8. They first met in 1931, but the last time that Elkhart, as one high school, played Riley was on February 4th, 1972, winning 60-52. The officials tonight from the IHSAA, we've got Ryan Eli working with Lauren Johnson and Mark Kenyon.
Now time for checking the uniforms for tonight's game, brought to you by St. Andrews Products. First for the visitors from Elkhart. They're wearing blue jerseys, blue shorts with white and gold trim. Riley in the white with the blue and gold trim. And here we go. Here's Chuck Freeby with our best broadcast of the year.
And the opening tip, sponsored by Riley High School. It's controlled by Elkhart, as Bob mentioned, in the blue. The Lions are 4-5, 1-2 in the NIC. They lost to Mishawaka Tuesday night. The drop-off, but there was a bump beforehand as Darjon Lewis was going down the lane. And let's see who the foul is whistled against. It'll be on Riley. And it looks like they called it on Jackson Copley, which will be obviously his first. Man-to-man defense by the Cats. Cameron Daniels handles on the outside for the Lions. Little behind the back move. Emmons to backdoor to Daniels for 2. Nice little give and go that time, executed by Elkhart. Here come the Cats, 6-3 on the season, coming off back-to-back losses. Their worst loss of the season, as a matter of fact, came to Bowman Academy last Saturday night. Up top and driving down the lane, it's taken away by Malachi Emmons as Clay Coleman had it pilfered right away. Emmons needs some help, and there's Daniels. So we've played a minute, 2-0 Lions. Daniels weaving his way through traffic. Now Darjon Lewis outside to Tyke for 3 and ring it up. The three-pointer sponsored by Trade Winds Restaurant. Luke Tyke with his 7th three-pointer of the year, and the Lions take a 5-0 lead. Right now, Elkhart showing man-to-man, but really sagging off people as Copley handles it up top. Now Isaiah Robinson wide open for 3, couldn't hit it. The rebound to Malachi Emmons, and the Lions want to run. Down the court, Demarion Anderson for 2. It's 7-0 Elkhart. So the Lions, who like to get up and down the floor, creating some tempo in the early going. And Darjon Lewis guarding Blake Wesley and limiting touches. That's about the first time we've called Blake's number tonight. Wesley now working over Luke Tyke, fires to 3 off the mark. The rebound to Copley. Outside, that's Coleman for 3. Can't hit it. And here comes Elkhart trying to add to this 7-point lead. Daniels, Tyke, good ball movement, but Anderson put the ball on the floor, and the Elkhart Lions were lucky to get it back. Now they can't. Nate Mock has his hands on it, tied up for a jump ball. Alternating possession will go to Riley.
By the way, our starting uniform check was brought to you by the folks at St. Andrews Products. They can do the same for your team. Reach them at sales@standrewscorp.com.
Anderson would have had a clear layup had he not put the ball on the floor. Always tough to get a big man to stop doing that, but he's only a sophomore and getting better every game. Robinson, the transfer from Concordia, loses the handle, and there's the tie-up. This will go back to Elkhart on the turnover.
Folks, you're looking to join an extraordinary team, work hard, and have fun? Join the Chick-fil-A team. If you're looking for a job with competitive wages, complimentary meals, employee discounts, and provided team member uniforms, stop into South Bend's Chick-fil-A or go online at chickfil-a.com/South Bend. Chick-fil-A in South Bend looks forward to having you on their team. Call them at 574-968-0351.
Luke Tyke with the handoff for Cameron Daniels, working against Nate Mock. Left-hand layup is good. Daniels has 4. It's 9-0 Elkhart. It's a little bit of a surprise in the early going, as Riley has gone over 3 minutes without a basket.
And Elkhart has already played more good minutes tonight, Chuck, than we saw them play against Mishawaka.
Well, the defense they're playing on Wesley, they're not really double teaming him until he gets towards the paint, but De'Arjon Lewis is shadowing him, and nobody else from Riley's been able to get anything going. Mock lost the handle. Here comes Malachi Emmons. Emmons all the way. He lost it, and the scrum is on. Demarion Anderson came away with it. Lewis for 3. No good, and here's Wesley, and he wants to run. Blake all the way down, and the block is, no, it's a charge on Wesley. He had the look in his eye from the moment that he got the rebound that he was going to the hole, and De'Arjon Lewis stood in there and took the hit.
Some pretty good quickness there defensively for Elkhart. Folks, visit the great restaurants and retailers of the Gateway Mile in Elkhart, like Secret Door Games, Revolution Salon, Gateway Cellar, Stevenson's, Elkhart School of Music, and Tutu School. Experience what downtown Elkhart has to offer.
Lions go inside to Demarion Anderson, and it's blocked by Copley, but stolen by Anderson. Left-hand layup good. 11-0 Elkhart. Alex Daniel wants a timeout. We'll take it as well. 3:44 to go in the first. And how about this? The Elkhart Lions are pitching a shutout behind Cameron Daniel and Demarion Anderson here on 46. And this edition of the TV-46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you by Aegis Dental Group, trusted dentistry.
Folks, St. Andrews Products, your expectations become their standards. The finest promotional products, advertising specialties, business gifts, and apparel. Our team handles all embroidery and screen printing in-house to guarantee the quality and the timely turnaround that you need. Visit St. Andrews Products, where our answer is always yes. Now what's the question?
Blake Wesley short on the 3, and Demarion Anderson with the rebound. Here come the Lions. Tight to Anderson. Lions have picked up a little defensive intensity here. Wesley guarding Malachi Emmons, and Emmons is stripped of the ball. Here comes Riley. Wesley was calling for it, but Jackson Copley goes in, misses the layup. Wesley with the rebound, his first basket of the game. So it took 5 minutes for Riley to get on the scoreboard, and they respond with full court pressure, trailing 11-2. Can the Lions stand prosperity? Tyke trying to post up Philip Robles down low. That should be a mismatch, but Tyke couldn't hit the shot. Wesley the outlet. Here comes Copley. Copley with the Euro step won't go. The tip won't go. Copley's rebound won't go. Coleman with the carom. He loses the handle. De'Arjon Lewis in transition. stripped by Wesley, gets it back and puts it in. DeArjon's first basket of the game. Young man who was a cornerback for Josh Shattuck on the football team. He got an offer yesterday from Manchester College. Philip Robles in the game launches the three. That's off the back iron, and Tyke with the rebound. Riley has surged down to a stone-cold picnic here in the first. Lewis for three. The heat check won't go, and the rebound to Davion Anderson in the game. Wesley, a deep three. That's short. Tyke the carom.
Elkhart really doing it on the boards as well, Chuck. 7-4, they lead in the boards.
And most of those four came in one flurry. Now Tyke short on his three. Here comes Robles the other way, and he'll have to slow it up as Elkhart had good transition defense. Robles works his way in with the right hand and lays it in. Philip Robles, the transfer from St. Joe. His dad used to be the girls basketball coach here at Riley. Puts that one in. It's a 13-4 Elkhart lead. Emmons outside to Tyke. Daniels down the lane. His floater finds a home. He's got 6 here in the first.
That is terrific ball movement by Elkhart.
Wesley had it knocked away and stolen by Elkhart. Another turnover for the Wildcats. And DeArjon Lewis will slow it up. But only briefly. That won't go. Out of bounds by Clay Coleman. It'll be Elkhart ball.
That's the first miss of the game, Chuck. No, the second miss. Tyke missed a three-pointer.
Donovan Johnson checks in. Luke Tyke checks out.
Visit the great restaurants and retailers of the Gateway Mile in Elkhart, like Old Style Deli, Stash Boutique, Cannon's Americana, Sullivan's Footwear, Dutch Colonel, and Juxtapose. Experience what downtown Elkhart has to offer.
Malachi Emmons hits the shot to make it 17-4 Elkhart. At the other end, Copley way offline, and Riley is completely out of sync here in this first quarter. A dynamite defensive job by the Elkhart Lions against Riley here in the first.
Really has been.
And the Lions want to hold for one.
But there might have been a little meeting after that Mishawaka game. It's great to see because we thought they had much better talent than they exhibited that night.
Wesley with a little showtime as he goes by Coastal. Emmons has it knocked away. Coleman's three-quarter court shot is offline, and the first quarter comes to an end on the south side of South Bend. But the Elkhart Lions come out smoking. Blake Wesley didn't have a lot of moments like that, and the Lions lead it by 11 after 1 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week is being brought to you by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. They sponsor our Sideline Report. Bo Hunt, curious on your thoughts. What did you see Elkhart doing to give Riley so much trouble in that first quarter?
Well, I think the biggest thing defensively is they were kind of sagging off on that man-to-man and really giving them the three-point shot. Just said, here, if you make it, you make it. But they didn't make any, and I think that was the biggest thing on defense. Offensively, all 5 starters scored for Elkhart Lions. I think that was one of the biggest things. They spread the wealth. Everybody got involved in that first quarter. You don't see that very often where all 5 starters scored in that first period, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Bo. And Bob, I'm looking over the stats as you are. Riley had more turnovers than points in the first quarter. That's never good.
No, that's not good. That's, you know, again, you talk about the difference, what we're seeing tonight between Elkhart tonight and when they played Mishawaka. And I'm sure Riley's a little stunned by that as well. This is a very well executed first quarter for the Elkhart Lions.
Meanwhile, Philip Robles, little jab step. Isaiah Robinson down the lane. Bank not open on a Friday night in South Bend. Mocked the offensive rebound. Wesley spinning in the lane, bodied up, out of bounds. It'll be Elkhart ball. Damarian Anderson with terrific defense.
Riley High School's Computer Science and Engineering Magnet program is a leader in South Bend for STEM education. They offer a wide range of dual credit, AP, and college-level computer science and engineering courses. They connect students to internships, colleges, and jobs that prepare them for careers in their chosen field.
Anderson with the left hand goes right over Mott. He has 6. And Elkhart with a 13-point lead here in the second. Wesley outside the arc. Can't hit the 3. Robles on the offensive rebound is fouled on the way up. I believe that's going to go on Malachi Emmons, his first.
Well, Wesley is doing what you expect a shooter to do, Chuck, and that's shoot to get hot and then hopefully shoot to stay hot. Trying to bring that defense out a little bit with the 3-point shots, and Robles did a nice job there with the rebound.
Phillips, 60% free throw shooter, hits the first.
Folks, visit the great restaurants and retailers of the Gateway Mile in Elkhart like Moringa Tree, Sullivan Footwear, Our Place on Main, Elements Hair Studio, and Hot Dog Eddie's. Experience what downtown Elkhart has to offer.
19-8, Lions lead. 3 on the way by Daniels won't go. Wesley the rebound. Again in transition from 15. Hits that one purely. He has 6. Wesley mentioned to me this week that Elkhart likes to run, and he didn't seem adverse to playing that kind of style, but he knew that the Wildcats were going to be challenged defensively, and they come up there with a 5-second call against De'Arjon Lewis.
That's a 4th turnover for Elkhart in the ball game. Riley has been also guilty of 4. Rebounding started to even up quite a bit since Elkhart has missed a couple of shots.
Robles on the outside. Now Robinson. Good head and shoulder fake. Got him a path, but he couldn't convert. And Elkhart has numbers. 3-on-2 break. That's Lewis who traveled. Just couldn't get the footwork down that time.
Folks, Heart City Health treats the whole person. Family medicine, dental, behavioral health, and full-service pharmacy are just some of the services available. To schedule an appointment, call them at 293-0052 or visit the website heartcityhealth.org.
Robles, now Robinson. Robles working on the left side. His pull-up jumper is good. Philip Robles having a nice game off the bench tonight with 6. He and Wesley have scored all the points for the Cats, and they're now back within 7. A little 6-0 run going here for Riley. Tight, and that ball taken away by Anderson. Wesley for 3. That's off the iron. Mock had it knocked away, and off his knee, it'll be Elkhart ball.
Wesley trying to get into the rhythm of the game a little bit. Pulled up, had a nice look, wouldn't go.
Those 3s are not dropping for Blake tonight. Elkhart's going to go to its bench, and Skinny Rogers will check into the game. Meanwhile, Riley goes back to the bench and sends Clay Coleman back in.
Folks, visit the great restaurants and retailers of the Gateway Mile in Elkhart, like Black Crow Cafe, the Twisted String, Fix Salon Spa, Bella's Boutique, and Bella's Shoes. Experience what downtown Elkhart has to offer.
Elkhart with the ball. Donovan Johnson left-hand drive. Tried to drop it off for Rogers. Robles knocks it out of bounds. Lions will go to the bench again as Damarian Anderson checks in. De'Arjon Lewis goes out. By the way, our live stream tonight sponsored by the Bristol Street Cafe. Whether you're watching on YouTube or the Champions Network, we appreciate it.
Chuck, I think the defensive intensity of Riley has really helped close the gap here.
And there's a charge taken by Robles as he stood in there against big Damarian Anderson. And the defensive intensity, which is something that Alex Daniel was preaching at practice on Wednesday to his team. I'm not sure in the hour that I spent at Riley practice, yes, you have to work on offense when you're working against defense. But man, from the pulpit of Reverend Daniel, The Bible of defense was being preached.
There's no D in Riley, but there is one in Wildcats.
Yes. And it's right in the middle of it if you want to play. Mocked. Thought about the three. Instead gives it to Davion Anderson. He got a little sloppy. Robles, the head and shoulder fake, got him open for 2 more. Philip Robles with 8 off the bench, and suddenly it's a 5-point game on the south side. Oh, nice ball movement by the Lions, but it didn't result in a shot. Nice spinning move by Daniels, but he throws it away. 2-on-1, Robles the alley-oop for Wesley, but it was defended. Here come the Lions the other way. Anderson missed the layup. Now Anderson to Wesley. He'll try again going inside and draws the foul on Tyke.
First foul on Luke Tyke. Boy, I love the pace up and down. It's a lot of fun to watch this one.
Take another look on the HS Dental Group replay. That was the attempt at the alley-oop. Then you come this way. Anderson can't convert. And here's the foul on Tyke, sending Wesley to the line. 77% foul shooter, hits the first. And Blake Wesley has spent a lot of time at the charity stripe this year. In fact, he is the 3rd in the state in the free throws made. That's info to know, brought to you by Ancilla College.
He shoots 77% from the line, just made the second one. And Copley does that as well, 77%.
It is suddenly a 3-point game after the Lions led by 13 earlier in the stanza. A 10-0 run for Riley will have Elkhart slowed up. Donovan Johnson drops it off. Anderson puts it up and draws the foul. It'll be called on Clay Coleman, his first.
Folks, Riley High School was honored with the PLTW Distinguished School Recognition for the 2020 school year. This recognition honors schools committed to increasing student access, engagement, and achievement. These schools are empowering students to thrive in an evolving world and have achieved exemplary results from their PLTW programs. Congratulations to Riley High School.
Demarion Anderson, 64% free throw shooter, misses both. Free throw shooting has been a problem for the Lions this year. Here's Robles, 1-on-1 against Skinny Rogers. 2 more. Phillip has 10. It's a 12-0 Riley run in a 1-point game.
Chuck, you can just picture a team getting ready for this game and saying that Robles is not a starter, so no special plans for him. They're going to need to do that.
Donovan Johnson snaps the drought for Elkhart as he gets his first basket of the game. And we've got a whistle and a little ticky-tack foul right in front of the Elkhart bench called on Donovan Johnson. First on Johnson, 4th on the team. Johnson checks out, Lewis back in. There you take a look at Kyle Sears. 7th year as a coach in the Elkhart system, of course, his first at Elkhart High School.
Got a lot of red and gold sweatshirts at home, wear when he's doing chores.
Former head coach at Elkhart Memorial, won a sectional in 2018 with them, went to school at Memorial, and then at Bethel College. Tyke with the body up on Robles is called for the foul. That's the second on Tyke, and that might do it for him for the half.
They're a little bit limited in size, so Tyke will have to go to the bench. Folks, the Greater Elkhart Chamber of Commerce has supported local businesses for nearly 100 years with more than 500 volunteers and 900 business members representing over 44,000 employees. Our chamber is a leader in economic development, and they invite you to visit elkhart.org for more information.
Blake Wesley guarded by DeArjon Lewis. Davion Anderson. Cross court to Robles. He's been hot. Mid-range jumper won't go. And now foul called on Riley. I think that's second on Coleman. Only the 4th team foul on Riley. This game with a much different level of physicality than the girls' game that we saw earlier tonight.
Although it got pretty physical there.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We've only had 9 fouls in this game in the first half. That was about 2 minutes in the girls' game. Mocked with a block. Here's Wesley in front of everybody. 10 points for Blake. 1-point ball game. And Riley has really changed the tenor of this quarter with its defense since Robles came in. 3 on the way is good by DeArjon Lewis. It's sponsored by Trade Winds Restaurant. That was a big bucket to stem the tide for the Lions. Mock finds the cutting Coleman, who missed the layup. And a foul on the rebound called on Davion Anderson. But here's Wesley showing his ability to elevate, Bob. And this is one of the areas of the game that Mike Bray is going to enjoy in the next 4 years at Notre Dame.
Chuck, you talked in our pregame about how offense comes from defense, and it happened right there for the Riley Wildcats.
Elkhart was looking to inbound, and finally Kyle Sears had to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 2:19 to go first half. 24-20 Elkhart on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you by the electrical workers of Local 153. They're making our communities brighter. 24-20, Elkhart on top with 2:19 to go in the half. And more shout-outs to our fine sponsors.
We do, and Chuck, you know, it's a 14-3 run right now for Riley as they get back in the game. We want to invite you folks to visit the great restaurants and retailers of the Gateway Mile in Elkhart, like The Vine.
KAOs.
KAOs, that's dancing. Beth's professional makeup studio, and many delights. Experience what downtown Elkhart has to offer.
24-20, the Lions lead. Riley showing full court pressure here. Trying to be very disruptive and trying to trap Daniels. Lewis with a bit of a lob pass there, but it got through. Daniels all the way in over Mocked with a teardrop. That was pretty by Cameron Daniels, who has 8.
Had the first 6 in the first quarter.
Now Robinson tried to go down the lane. Can't hit the shot. And the rebound to Daniels, who has been a very good rebounder this year for the Lions. Nice pass to Anderson. He goes up, and Mock says not tonight. Anderson puts it up again and scores. He's got 8. And it was a 1-point game a moment ago. Now Elkhart on a 7-0 run. Been a game of spurts tonight at Algie Oldham. Robles, look at Wesley. They almost double-teamed him out there. Lewis is draped all over him.
Wesley averaging 33 points a game, so they're doing a good job of keeping him under his average so far.
He's had 10 so far tonight. Here's Copley. That's his first 3 of the night. It's sponsored by Trade Winds Restaurant. Jackson Copley with his 15th three-pointer of the year. Much needed one for the Cats.
Yeah, they had it covered pretty well, and it broke out in a new spot.
Daniels, a lot of dribbling. Now here's Anderson inside. And Lewis will reset it for the Lions. Wesley trying to ball pressure him. Outside, that's Lewis for 3. It's short. The rebound controlled by Elkhart, though. Rogers to Malachi Emmons. He can't hit. Mocked is fouled by DeArjon Lewis, his first. Still not enough to send Riley to the line here late in the first half.
Shot selection still pretty good for Elkhart, just not hitting them like they did early in the ball game. I think they hit their first 5 shots. Folks, for the finest dining, look no further than the Bristol Street Cafe, located at 500 West Bristol Street in Elkhart, serving an outstanding hearty breakfast and daily lunch specials until 2 p.m. Bristol Street Cafe will satisfy your entire family's appetite. Bristol Street Cafe, a proud sponsor of Elkhart High School Athletics.
Robles comes down the left side. You see the clock, bottom right corner. Wesley uncorks the shot. It won't go. Pushed out. Anderson couldn't beat the buzzer, and the first half comes to an end at Algie Oldham Gymnasium. A first half that was one of spurts. Elkhart was hot early with Luke Tyke hitting from the outside, but Blake Wesley and the Cats only trail by 5, 28-23 at halftime. Stick around. Our Teachers Credit Union student athletes come your way on the Gateway Mile halftime report next on 46.
We welcome you back to LG Oldham Gymnasium for tonight's game between Riley and Elkhart. And we have our student athletes present to you, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. Well, with us from Riley High School, an outstanding young man, that is Doug Adams. And with us from Elkhart High School is Jacob Summer. And Jacob, I want to talk to you first. Congratulations on being singled out for the award and getting it done in the classroom as well as on a wrestling mat and on the football field.
Thank you.
You're a busy guy and you're involved in a couple different sports, and I think one sport probably helps you out with the other, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Wrestling helps me a lot with football.
When you think about the time at Elkhart, you've been through an extraordinary situation.
Oh yeah.
Combining the two schools, and a lot of pride in the fact that you guys got it together quickly.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
What do you want to study? You're talking about going on to college, maybe Western Michigan, but
Yep.
you got a definite idea what you want to study.
Yeah, I want to study aviation and go into the airlines as a commercial pilot.
Well, that's great. A great idea, and you've had a lot of help. Give us an idea who's been behind you at home.
I have my mom and dad who are great support system, and I love them.
And everybody at Elkhart, the Elkhart family's been behind you as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. Elkhart's been great. I've had great coaches like Coach Whitcar and Coach Shattuck.
Any idea you want to play football, or you want to
Nope, I'm just going to study.
just get in the airplane
Yep,
and
fly around.
Keep your empennage behind you?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the tail section, I've been told anyway. Congratulations,
Thank
Jacob,
you.
on all your success. Wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
All righty, Jacob Summer from Elkhart High School. And joining us now from Riley High School, again, an outstanding young man, Doug Adams. And Doug, congratulations on your success as well. You've been involved in football and basketball. What's your favorite out of the two?
I'm a little better at football, but I like basketball. I've been playing basketball ever since I was little.
That's great. And you're involved in some other things here at Riley?
Yes, sir. I'm involved in cosmetology program, which is part of the CTE program.
And you got an idea what you'd like to do as well for a career, and I really admire that, because making up your mind at a young age is going to help you be successful. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to become a barber. One of my instructors, Kente Lark, he introduced it to me, and I've been in love with it ever since.
Well, good for you, and you've got a nice support group as well. Give us an idea who's behind you.
Really, just my mom and my sisters. That's all I ever had, really.
Well, that could be enough when you got the right folks behind you, and that's a great situation. And we wish you all the best, and it's an outstanding choice for an award, because I've never seen a hungry barber. You got to be on your feet quite a bit, but you're doing that in basketball. We wish you the best of luck, and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Doug Adams from Riley High School, one of our student athletes, along with Jacob Summer from Elkhart. And our feature brought to you by Teachers Credit Union. TCU invites you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. We're back with some halftime stats and highlights in just a moment. You're watching the TV-46 High School Basketball Game of the Week.
This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by IHSAA College. We believe in you. Welcome back to the Gateway Mile halftime report with Elkhart on top of Riley by a count of 28-23. Chuck Freeby and Bob Nagel high above the fray. Very entertaining first half. It seemed like it came in spurts, though. Elkhart runs out, Riley runs back. Elkhart got a little run going at the end of the first half.
And that's pretty good coaching adjustment going on during the course of the game. And can't say enough about Philip Robles and what he gave to Riley with his intensive effort on defense and then a lot of good offense. But Chuck, before the game, talking to Kyle Sears, he said, you know, early in the season, we were making our shots. I mean, we'd taken the same shots, but we were making them. Tonight, 50% in the first half. It's been a big difference. And, well, he's got some guys to be proud of as well.
Absolutely. Let's show you how it got to be this way here at Algae Oldham Gymnasium. Elkhart came out on fire. Luke Tyke fires in the three early on. They jumped out to an 11-0 lead. Finally, Blake Wesley gets on track with this dunk. But still, when Damarian Anderson hits the floater inside, he had 8 in the first half. It's a 13-point Elkhart lead. And then Riley goes on a 10-0 run. Nate Mock gets it ahead to Philip Robles. He came off the bench with 10 points in the first half. Elkhart managed to get some action going, but when Blake Wesley gets 2 of his 10, it's a 1-point game. And then Elkhart got hot towards the end of the half. Donovan Johnson, a little floater in the lane. They lead it by 5 at the intermission, and the biggest difference, Bob, comes in shooting percentage. Elkhart's hitting, Riley isn't.
No question about it. The rebounding about even, turnovers about even. Riley has really done a good job with that shooting percentage. Now, Elkhart has found a way, or Elkhart's done a nice job with the shooting percentage. Riley is battling back. And again, when you think about keeping Wesley under his 33, you can't let a guy like Robles come out, and right now he's on pace for a 20-point night. That would be really crucial for Riley.
Robles has saved the bacon for Riley here in the first half, but can the Cats come back and win one on their home court, or will Elkhart get to the 500 mark with a key NIC road win? We're about to find out. That's been the Gateway Mile halftime report. We're back at Algae Oldham Gymnasium with second half action after this on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Wolverine Mutual Insurance. When the unexpected happens, we've got you covered. They are our four-quarter sponsor for the night. Our sideline reports are sponsored, too, from Bill's Heating. Bo Hunt joins us downstairs. Bo, what kind of adjustments did you see from Riley in the second quarter, and what more do you expect them to do here in the second half?
I think the biggest thing was Robles off the bench. Just a great job of just the leadership that he showed out there, his ability to ball handle and drive to the bucket and actually connect on the hoops. I think in the second half, three-point shooting is one of the biggest things for both teams. You know, Elkhart with only 2 3-pointers made, Riley with only 1 3-pointer made in that first half. So look for him to maybe, you know, concentrate a little bit more and get it to the shooters and not necessarily everybody shooting threes, guys.
All right. Bob, you need to thank one of our fine sponsors.
We do. Folks, for over 60 years, industry has relied on the great team at Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT is the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. The medical, automotive, and defense and aerospace challenges have built our legacy. Reach us at IFTworldwide.com, but IFT will work till you're finished correctly.
Alex Daniel wants his team to work on some defense here in the second half because Riley is 5-0 when it holds opponents under 60 points this season. So if they can keep Elkhart to this pace, they're okay, but that's usually difficult in the second half when foul shots start getting made.
That will be the challenge. And folks, want you to check out Tradewinds Family Restaurant in Mishawaka and Elkhart. Great food for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Don't forget their 99-cent breakfast choices, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Tradewinds Family Restaurant, delicious food at a fair price.
So the Lions will start the second half with the basketball, leading by 5. Good first half for Elkhart from Cameron Daniels and Demarion Anderson. They each had 8. Blake Wesley and Philip Robles each had 10 for Riley to lead the Cats. And Riley will open up in a 2-3 zone to try to force Elkhart to do a little shooting from the outside. That has not been a forte for the Lions this year. And they had problems getting the ball to Demarion Anderson. Alternating possession will go to Riley. 9th turnover of the night for the Lions, and unfortunately, that's pretty much been the pace for them this year. They're averaging 17 turnovers a game.
Started out the game with a great mental approach, great intensity. Let's see if they can get that back.
Wesley got a step on De'Arjon Lewis and rolled home the jumper. He has 12. Got a great screen from Nate Mock at the other end. Mock with the rejection. Wesley on the run, finds Robles ahead for 2. And just like that, it's a 1-point game.
Again.
Riley has not had the lead tonight. The Cats could do it with a defensive stop and a score at the other end. Anderson on the baseline. Emmons fades and hits. Malachi with 4.
Nice work there.
Good patience that time on offense by Elkhart.
Not settling for the three-pointer.
Robles down the baseline. The lefty floater is home. This is the best game we've seen Philip Robles play in a Riley uniform. He has 14.
Keep in mind that he was the starter for quite a while here at Riley. Previous years.
Cameron Daniel up top. Tyke thought about the 3, but didn't pull the trigger. Tyke again. This 2-3 zone just baffling Elkhart right now, and Robles knocks the ball out of bounds.
Pretty good hustle there by Johnson to force that ball out of bounds. Folks, the great restaurants and retailers of the Gateway Mile in Elkhart, like Artisan, Elegant Design, The Awakening Realm, Hopman Jewelers, and Vanilla Bean Creamery. Experience what downtown Elkhart has to offer.
Emmons now with 6 as he gets that one to roll in. Wesley at the other end forces the contact against Demarion Anderson, and he'll be called for his second foul. That'll put Blake Wesley at the line where he's 2 for 2 tonight and 77% for the season.
He's a scorer, and by that I mean he can shoot the 3, can get inside, he can take a rebound basket and make his free throws. That's on me.
That is. That's
Sorry.
all you.
Sorry, Blake.
Take a look at Alex Daniel, former assistant at both IUSB and Bethel, played at Saginaw Valley State and Taylor, currently the athletics manager over the Kroc Center. Wesley hits the second. He has 13 tonight, and it's a 2-point Elkhart lead.
Elkhart got to be careful they don't get tentative here. They've had some looks and they haven't been willing to take the shot, but early in the ball game they're taking everything.
On the other hand, you don't want to just force stuff. They've been able to work the ball inside. Anderson stripped by Wesley, though. Robles for the lead. It's sponsored by Tradewinds Restaurant, and for the first time tonight, the Riley Wildcats are in front. They trailed by 13. Tyke, no answer. Mock the rebound. He has played well in his first start tonight. Robles feeling it. Money! He's got a career-high 20, and it's 36-32 Riley.
Wow. Wildcats have only had scoring from 3 players, and yet they're getting it done.
They are red hot here in the second half after hitting just 30% in the first half. Anderson needs help. Cameron Daniel will try to settle things down, working on Robles. Robles was giving him some pad, and Daniel wouldn't take the shot. Now Emmons tries to go around, and Wesley was there to help. Daniel with an elbow, and they'll call the charge on Cameron Daniel.
There's frustration building up there for Elkhart.
Meanwhile, Philip Robles, who just drew the foul from Daniels at the other end, was feeling the hot hand tonight.
You know, we talked about Elkhart not getting tentative. In other words, like having an attitude where I don't really want to take the shot. Robles can't wait to get the ball back.
And they're smart enough to get it to him.
See if Elkhart does some adjustments defensively.
Well, Emmons trying to give him fits. They double team him, and a timeout called by Riley with 4:04 to go in the third quarter. What a turnaround for the Riley Wildcats, sparked by number 5 off the bench, Philip Robles. Rise and fire, little man. He's got the Cats of 5-4 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Crown Trophy. They're nationally known and locally owned.
Folks, Lather and Fade Shop has locations in South Bend, Granger, and Elkhart. Lather and Fade offers world-class barber experience, whether you want a vintage, classic, or modern look. Check out latherandfadeshop.com.
Philip Robles talking with the official, trying to perhaps lobby for a future call. Not sure he needs any help tonight. He has been red hot with a career-high 20 to give Riley a 4-point lead here in the third. Nate mocked on the outside. Now Copley for 3. Bring it up. It's brought to you by Trade Winds Restaurant. Copley's second 3 of the night. And Riley, once trailed by 13, now leads by 7.
Last time we saw a night like this out of a backup player was, well, you got to go all the way back to, let's see. Thinking about, well, I'll get back to that.
I can't help you here, pal, as Copley is fouled, or Copley fouls Daniels.
I was thinking of Tim Firestone.
Well, we had that night over in Mishawaka for football. They had a third-string fullback come out and run for about 150 yards in a game.
Yep.
But in basketball, I mean, we've seen some nice bench performances, but 20 off the bench. Here's Demarion Anderson. He can't hit. Wesley the rebound. Anderson slow to get up, so Riley has numbers. Copley for 3. That one's short, and Tyke gets the rebound for Elkhart. Lions need to find an answer here. DeArjon Lewis hits it for Trade Winds Restaurant. His second 3 of the night, his 8th of the season. And that gets Elkhart back within 4. Wesley around the screen for 3. That won't go. Tyke another rebound for Elkhart. He's doing a good job cleaning the glass on the defensive end in the third. Daniels works down Wesley. Goes up and hits it right over the big man. Cameron Daniels with 10.
Wesley yet to make a 3-pointer tonight.
So Elkhart, which looked on its heels a moment ago, back within 2. But here's Robles. Couldn't get that one to go, and now a foul over the back on Nate Mock, his first.
Folks, you're looking to join an extraordinary team, work hard and have fun? Well, join the Chick-fil-A team. If you're looking for a job with competitive wages, complimentary meals, employee discounts, and provided team member uniforms, stop into South Bend's Chick-fil-A or go online at chickfil-a.com/South Bend. Chick-fil-A in South Bend looks forward to having you on their team. Give them a call at 574-968-0351. They fed our crew tonight. That's a great challenge, and they did a great job with it.
They certainly did. Saw somebody say this week, if the immunizations were handled by Chick-fil-A, we'd all have them already.
Yeah, you might have to wait in line a little bit, though.
Cameron Daniels as the Lions look to tie it up or take the lead. Nice pass from Johnson to Malachi Emmons for 2. Tell you one thing, this Elkhart team almost unselfish to a fault at times, but they really love making the great pass, and we're tied at 39.
And they're not settling for that three-pointer.
Copley with a beautiful drive and lays it in with the left hand, and timeout called by Riley with a minute 38 to go in the third. We'll keep it right here.
Folks, TCU understands the importance of growing your future, whether you're growing your family, your square footage, or your business. TCU is here for you with financial solutions that will help you succeed. Visit tcunet.com to start growing your future today. Federally insured by the NCUA, they are an equal housing opportunity lender.
Now, we mentioned before the quarter started, there you see Alex Daniel talking defense. Kyle Sears is talking offense because Elkhart is 4-1 when they score 60 or more, but they haven't won a game this year where they've been held under 60. So Kyle Sears says, fellas, we got to get the ball in the hoop.
Yeah, something's got to give because Riley has that other stat. They don't lose when they hold teams under 60. So here we go. We got a chess match going on here. Minute 38 to go, third quarter. And boy, who'd have thunk it? It was 17-6 at one point at the end of the first quarter.
By the way, that was info you should know, brought to you by Ancilla College. Let's go downstairs quickly to Bo Hunt for a Bills Heating sideline report. Bo, this quarter, again, the back and forth surge. What's causing all these spurts tonight that we've seen from these teams?
I think the biggest thing is just the hot shooting here in the second half. Guys getting on fire. Robles, just a great job really coming off the bench and really sparking this team. And then with Elkhart, I mean, I think they just do such a great job passing. And Bob brought up a point, they're just unselfish players. They really are. They just do a great job of finding the guy underneath the hoop and really knocking it down.
D'Arjon Lewis, a deep three that's off the mark, and Davion Anderson the rebound. Wesley pull up three. That's short. Has not hit a three tonight. Demarion Anderson comes the other way for Elkhart. Lost the handle, and here comes Riley. Robles to Copley. And now the short little floater is dropped in by Davion Anderson for his first basket of the night. Riley by 4.
Another country heard from finally. He's just the fourth player to score tonight for Riley.
Daniel had his shot blocked, but a foul is called as they get Daniels on the top of the head.
I believe that's on Copley. Free throws coming up here. We got to thank St. Andrews Products for helping our crew look good tonight. They're ready to do the same for your team. Reach them at sales@standrewsproducts.com with all the top lines and apparel, business gifts, and advertising specialties. Are ready to help you or your school or your company at St. Andrews Products. Their answer is always yes. Now, what's your question?
Foul was called on Clay Coleman, his third. Cameron Daniels, 55% free throw shooter, hits the first. And we'll see how he can do on the second. Cameron, a very smooth ball handler. His season high, well, he's matched it already tonight. He had 11 against both Adams and Washington, so this could put him over the top of that. And Mr. Daniels puts that one in smoothly. 2-point game, waning seconds of quarter number 3. Blake Wesley looking for a couple of picks. Now, beautiful pass down low, but Davion Anderson wasn't ready to put it in. And a travel called against Riley as Doug Adams got his feet going too fast.
Turnover is going to be a real key down the stretch in this ball game.
Let's see if Elkhart can hold for the last shot, which may not seem like much with 20 seconds, but the pace this one has gone at tonight, who knows? Donovan Johnson. Cameron Daniels. There's Skinny Rogers. Somebody's going to have to shoot it. It's going to be Skinny from the volleyball line. That was not the shot selection Kyle Sears was looking for at the end of a very emotional third quarter. Back and forth we've gone on the south side. These two NIC rivals battling it out. It's Riley by 2 after 3 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT, where quality is a way of life. Bo Hunt, what do you see as the keys here as we go into the fourth quarter?
I think some of the keys here in the fourth quarter are ball control and not having any turnovers. We've had turnovers for most of this game. Kind of settled down there in the third quarter, but really controlling the ball and controlling the tempo here in the fourth quarter. And then down the stretch, free throws. I think that's going to be one of the biggest things in this close ball game. Who can capitalize on those free throws, guys?
All right, Bo, thank you very much.
Folks, a reminder to visit the great restaurants and retailers of the Gateway Mile in Elkhart, like 5 Star, Stash Boutique, Midwest Museum, Seifert Drug, and the Tipsy Biscuit. Experience what downtown Elkhart has to offer.
A 43-41 Riley lead as we begin quarter number 4, brought to us by Wolverine Mutual Insurance. When the unexpected happens, we've got you covered. Riley almost had Skinny Rogers triple teamed. That leaves Cameron Daniels open for 3, but he can't hit. And Blake Wesley another rebound. Wesley comes barreling down the floor. And I think they're going to call a bump on Donovan Johnson before the contact with D'Arjon Lewis. You'll get another look courtesy of Aegis Dental Group.
And contact doesn't bother Donovan Johnson. He had plenty of that in the football field this year.
And he shoved him from behind. And unfortunately for his teammate D'Arjon Lewis, he took the brunt of it. Robles running the offense. He has scored a career-high 20 tonight. Meanwhile, Doug Adams down the lane, short on his layup. Tyke the rebound. Lions can tie or take the lead here. Skinny Rogers for 3, ring it up. It's sponsored by Trade Winds Restaurant. His 8th three-pointer of the night puts Elkhart back in front by 1. Now Wesley will run things from the point for Riley. Blake with a great spin move, bucket on the bump. He has had a very quiet second half. That's only his 5th point of the half. But take another look, courtesy of Aegis Dentistry.
Folks, you strive for excellence, care for your surrounding community. Well, be part of something bigger by joining Heart City Health. Visit heartcityhealth.com/careers to see the latest job openings, and you can become part of their great team.
Wesley tonight has 3 out of 4 from the foul stripe. And he rattles that one home for the old-fashioned three-point play. Now has 16 points for the evening. Riley back up by 2. Staying with that 2-3 zone. Elkhart torched Riley in man-to-man defense early in the game. And since the 2-3 by Alex Daniel, they have been terrific defensively. Donovan Johnson for 3. It's sponsored by Trade Winds. Donovan with his 13th three-pointer of the season. And now it's Elkhart up on top. Back and forth we go in a hotly contested game here on the South Bend South Side. Copley dribbled through traffic, missed the left-hand layup. Big rebound by Anderson. Wesley finally hit a 3. It's sponsored by Trade Winds Restaurant, Blake with 19. Cameron Daniels all the way in. Couldn't get it to go, and he'll have to go to the line for 2. The cries of agony from the Elkhart fans behind us.
Folks, visit the great restaurants and retailers of the Gateway Mile in Elkhart, like Yakida, Also, Enwert Design. Get Bronzed, The Vine, and Ditto's Resale. Experience what downtown Elkhart has to offer.
Daniels misses the first free throw. Elkhart goes to his bench and puts Demarion Anderson in to take the place of Donovan Johnson. Nate Mocht coming in for Riley. He'll take the place of Davion Anderson.
The good news is nobody's really in foul trouble tonight, so we're going to get a chance to play it out with both teams' top players.
Cameron Daniels hits the second. He has 13, a season high, and it's a 1-point Riley lead. This has been a fun one to watch. Hopefully you're enjoying it on our live stream, sponsored by the Bristol Street Cafe.
6 players have scored for Elkhart. Riley with 4 players on the scoring chart.
Philip Robles handling the ball up top. Goes up, forced that one a little bit. Good defense by Elkhart. Daniels comes the other way for the Lions. Skinny Rogers, a little short on the 3. Wesley the rebound. Riley wants to run. Wesley sees a path to the basket and drew contact on the way in. He'll go to the line for 2.
The Greater Elkhart Chamber of Commerce has supported local businesses for nearly 100 years with more than 500 volunteers and 900 business members, representing over 44,000 employees. Your chamber is a leader in economic development. Visit elkhart.org for more information.
The big Euro step by Wesley gets him to the line again, and he sinks more free throws. He's up to 20. He took a pretty good shot on the noggin that time when he landed. Take a look at that Elkhart bench. Kyle Sears trying to figure out a way to pull this one out. His team down by 2 and still by 2 as Anderson collects the carom. Cameron Daniels, they left him open for the 3. That's not his game. Daniels just trying to get some movement here on offense.
Riley packing it in that paint, aren't they?
Now Elkhart will call a new play here. Daniels has been dribbling for about 15 seconds. Now finally Tyke inside, gets it to go over Copley. Luke Tyke with just 5 points tonight. He averages 8 a contest, and then we're tied at 50.
Love to see him be more aggressive.
Wesley with the left, he got hacked in the act by Tyke. And Blake now with 22 will go to the line to try to make it a 3-point Riley lead.
Folks, reminder to visit the great restaurants and retailers of the Gateway Mile at Elkhart, like the Electric Brew, Matsky's Florist, That's Dancing, 523 Grill, and Pool Tables Plus. Experience what downtown Elkhart has to offer.
Demarion Anderson was triple teamed, and it's showtime for Wesley. .25 for Blake. It's a 5-point Riley lead. They have led by as many as 7 in this one.
I think that's about 3 dunks on the night for Wesley.
Inside, Demarion Anderson blocked from behind by Copley. Copley double teamed. Kept the handle, couldn't hit the shot. Mocked a big offensive rebound, and he's fouled from behind.
Mock has really been helpful tonight.
So has Blake Wesley, as you'll see here.
Yeah. Hey, Blake.
There's some elevation. I used to do that on the Nerf hoop in the bedroom.
Yeah, as high as the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. Folks, for the finest dining, look no further than the Bristol Street Cafe, located at 500 West Bristol Street in Elkhart, serving an outstanding hearty breakfast, daily lunch specials until 2 p.m. Bristol Street Cafe will satisfy your entire family's appetite. Bristol Street Cafe is a proud sponsor of Elkhart High School Athletics.
Nate Mock, a 50% foul shooter on the year, transfer from Marion. And Riley was going to make a sub, but it's going to be for Mock, so he'll only come out if he hits the free throw. Apparently he didn't mind coming out.
Giving them a good effort there tonight for the Riley Wildcats. Boy, a lot of people stepped up, Chuck, and we're 3 minutes and 17 seconds away from that 60-point mark. Who's going to get there first?
Riley up by 6. Still a ways to go in this one. Cameron Daniels finally had to give it up. They go to Tyke inside. He can't hit the shot. It goes out of bounds off Riley. It'll be Elkhart ball.
Our broadcast brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technology, saluting the players, coaches, and all the team members who work so hard to be successful. At IFT, we put our team to work for you, setting the standard for metal finishing solutions. Reach us at IFTworldwide.com, and like the teams in tonight's game, we're always working for a great finish.
There's Emmons up for 2, couldn't hit. Robles the rebound. Now let's see if Riley tries to work any clock here. They're up by 6. Alex Daniel directing traffic in front of the Cap bench. They go to Wesley down low. He tried to bull his way to the hoop. Nothing doing. Elkhart at the other end gets the deuce from Donovan Johnson and gets right back in it. They're down by 4.
Johnson on the fly pattern. Has he ever done that before?
And he's done it in a lot more traffic than that for Elkhart, as we've seen. 56-52 Wildcats. Robles comes off the screen. Nobody stopped him, but he still couldn't hit the layup. Here comes Elkhart on the run again. Emmons outside. Lewis tried to go to Tyke, and he stepped out of bounds.
After a terrific start, Robles, who had hit on 7 of his first 9 shots, missed his last 3 shots, so he's come back down to earth a little bit.
2:22 to go. Riley by 4. Every possession seems critical. Wesley short on the three-pointer. Elkhart with another opportunity, and they have numbers on the break. Johnson for 3. It's off the mark and out of bounds to Riley.
Folks, the Lather and Fade Shop has locations in South Bend, Elkhart, and Granger. Lather and Fade offers world-class barber experience for you, whether you want a vintage haircut, a classic, or a modern look. Check out latherandfadeshop.com.
56-52 with 2 minutes to go. Riley trailed by 13 in the second quarter. Now trying to milk the clock here to go to 7-3 on the year. And a foul called against Malachi Emmons, his second. That'll send Riley and Blake Wesley to the line.
Greater Elkhart Chamber of Commerce has supported local businesses for nearly 100 years. They have more than 500 volunteers, 900 business members, and representing over 44,000 employees. Our chamber is a leader in economic development. Visit elkhart.org for more information.
Blake Wesley now with 26 points on the night as he hits the front end of a 1 in the bonus. He has had 8 games of 30 points or more this year, and he's certainly on approach to that mark again. 6-point lead for the Cats at 58-52. Kyle Sears barking instructions from in front of the Elkhart bench as Nate Mock checks back in. Might need to see a little bit of urgency on the possessions here from Elkhart. Cameron Daniels nearly lost it to Wesley. Instead, Johnson goes in the back door but missed the reverse layup. And Wesley says, let's slow it down.
Good idea. Johnson had a nice look, tried to go with the reverse layup. Defensive intensity's been there for Riley. I think what coach was talking to him about in practice during the week has paid off.
And now you got to pick your poison if you're Elkhart. Do you let Wesley dribble out the clock, or do you go foul him and hope he misses? Well, instead, Riley will take a timeout, and we'll take one as well. 1:10 to go in regulation. Riley by 6 on 46. And this edition of the TV-46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is brought to you by St. Andrews Products, promotional products, and branded apparel. Well, earlier tonight we had a dandy girls basketball game. Elkhart got off to a great start, as the boys did. Samaya Stout would get the layup here. Then Jaya Johnson would come up with a big hoop for Elkhart, as Will Cody's team exploded on Riley early. Maddie Axon had herself a great night. Nice pass here from Taylor Rome. Riley would try to come back with Caitlin Smith, but the Lions would win this one by a count of 60-36. Congratulations to Will Cody and his girls squad.
Good to see Katie Booker on the sidelines there for Riley, an outstanding athlete. In her time, was a member of the 2007 state championship team at South Bend, Washington. He had some other girl on that team.
Somebody named Diggins.
Skylar Diggins, yeah. Yeah, they had a really good team. And of course, Katie went on to play softball at Bethel College.
Philip Robles battling down low. Was he fouled? Yes, he was, apparently, by Cameron Daniels, and that'll be his second. And they'll send Robles to the line, where he's a 60% free throw shooter.
And he is 2 out of 2 tonight from the line. I got a feeling he might be having a conversation with some guy named Bo Hunt a little bit.
Certainly, if Riley hangs on to this lead, and if they don't, he's not going to feel like talking anyway. Career high 21 for Philip Robles tonight. The only fault I find in his personality, he's a big Duke fan.
Yeah, he can work on that. Folks, I want to tell you to check out Tradewinds Family Restaurant, Mishawaka and Elkhart. Great food for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Don't forget their 99-cent breakfast choices Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. through 10 a.m. Tradewinds Family Restaurant, delicious food at a fair price.
So Elkhart at the point now where they've got to get the ball to the hoop, and Cameron Daniels will have a chance for an N1 after he's fouled inexplicably by Isaiah Robinson. The last thing Alex Daniel wants his team to do right now is give Elkhart a chance to score with the clock stopped. Daniels, his best game of the season with 15. Short on the free throw, out of bounds. It is off of whom?
A lot of referees out there.
It'll go to Elkhart.
Some of the referees are wearing basketball uniforms.
Skinny Rogers will trigger the inbound. Elkhart with a chance at a 4, maybe a 5-point possession here. Daniel inside, couldn't get it to go. Wesley comes out of the pile with the ball and then gets bodied up by Skinny Rogers. And this is where Blake Wesley has been able to rack up some points this season, is at the foul line. He is now over the 1,200 mark for his career. 12:08 as he goes to the stripe here.
Got that one to drop.
So Wesley now with 28.
And wind up being close to his season average of 33.
Fourth in the state in scoring, behind Brooks Barnheiser, Luke Brown, and Champ Ellis. And he made them both. 61-54. Coleman will check back in for Riley. Well, between J.R. Konechny scoring 35 last night against Penn and the numbers Wesley is putting up, Mike Bray has to feel good about the 2 local products he's bringing to campus next year. Nice drive by Lewis. Rogers for 3 in the corner. It's sponsored by Tradewinds Restaurant, and Elkhart will burn a timeout with 32.6 left. And trailing now by 5 as you'll get another look at this one from Aegis Dental Group.
Good to see Skinny Rogers back in that lineup for Elkhart. He's a quality athlete, and they can sure use his prowess from the outside. Didn't start tonight, getting some pretty good playing time.
Tonight, a good one in the NIC. Next week, we'll go in the Northern Lakes Conference. Aaron Wolf and Northwood have had a surprisingly good season. They got a win tonight over Wawasee to go to 8-2. They have to go to Middlebury, though, and take on those sharpshooters of Clayton Stoltz with Sam Smith and the Northridge Raiders. Northwood and Northridge trying to confuse me all next week on 46.
That's almost tougher than avoiding the Blazers.
Which I, knock on wood, we got
Yep.
33 seconds left, but I think I've just about got a clean sheet on that tonight.
I think so.
And Bob, I know you know this, both teams having an Anderson at number 22. Now, what has really irked me tonight is we've got Alex Daniel, singular, coaching for Riley. Cameron Daniels playing for Elkhart. Inbounds pass. Wesley fell down. Elkhart gets it back. And the three is in by Eric Nocentelli. Nocentelli hits the three. Timeout Elkhart. It's a 2-point game. Watch it again. Wesley felt that he was knocked down. He was tackled by Skinny Rogers around the thigh.
Nocentelli just checked into the ball game. Tell you what, his mother's very proud. We had a chance to visit with her the other night at the Mishawaka game.
So a 2-point game as Rogers, and Rogers knows. You can see Skinny in the huddle showing what he got away with that time. As he got Wesley right down around the thigh.
If Skinny had played football, I think Josh Shattuck would have been proud of that.
This is going to be a textbook tackle that we're going to show you here, courtesy of Aegis Dental Group. And I want you to keep an eye on Blake Wesley, number 0. Look where Rogers' hands are. He gets him right down around the thigh and basically tackles him.
Wow.
So now Riley has had an 8-point lead cut to 2 by a pair of Lion three-pointers. And now Riley will trigger the inbound pass. There's Wesley in the backcourt. Rogers fouls him. Wesley apparently has taken some acting classes here at Riley too, because I'm not sure Skinny could knock him down that easily.
No, and I go to say that's not the guy you want to foul because he's 77% of the season, but he has a couple of misses tonight.
That's a couple, and time is a factor here too. If you're Elkhart, you're hoping at most he hits 1 out of 2 here, and then you can come down and hit a 3 to tie it up.
Do you use a timeout here?
Not if you can help it. Wesley sinks the first. That's the 9th 30-point night of the season for Blake Wesley.
And like most scorers, there are times tonight where he was struggling a little bit with certainly his 3-point shot, but hanging in there, playing hard, and finding a way to get back near his average.
Yeah, he only hit 1 3 tonight. Most of his baskets have been by slashing to the bucket. He's had 3 dunks. Rattles that one home. Boy, it had more iron than your morning vitamin. And that was key. It's a 4-point game.
Big free throw.
Rogers drives into the lane. The floater won't go. Big rebound by Davion Anderson, and he's fouled by Cameron Daniels.
Riley's starting to celebrate a little bit. And Elkhart obviously a little bit frustrated, but Chuck, I think that ride back to Elkhart's going to be a pretty good one for the Lions, who discovered that they can play at a higher level tonight and did a great job against a really good Riley team.
And it's still not over, but now you're at the point of the game where Riley will be shooting 2-shot fouls. Davion Anderson is a 70% free throw shooter. He's the brother of Demezi Anderson, now at Loyola of Chicago. Davion now with 3 points tonight. That's right around his average.
Chuck, one of the things you said, nobody had scored 60 points or more and had lost, but good job tonight by Elkhart to get to 60.
It does not appear as though it will be enough. And a foul called in the backcourt because Riley had a foul to give. Blake Wesley with the foul there, but that's only his second and only the 16th foul, or maybe the 15th foul on Riley. So we'll see if they do it again.
Heads up play, good coaching right there.
Here's Rogers. Now DeArjon Lewis, his 3 off the mark. The rebound up no good. Tight puts it up and in, and a timeout called by Elkhart with 2.3 seconds left.
Seen some good aggressive play by Tyke tonight. A little bit more, again, inside. They need that. He is a 6'5" senior.
Elkhart can still be a major factor in its sectional this year, but they need to get some confidence. They need to get over the top. I'll tell you, Indiana needs a little bit of confidence too after a double overtime loss in Madison last night. A good way to get confidence is to play Nebraska, and IU has that opportunity Sunday night at 6 in Lincoln. We'll see if Archie Miller's squad can get a much-needed Big Ten win. You can hear all the action with Don Fisher on 103.1 FM. Sunday night, pregame at 5, tip-off at 6.
Is Danny Nee still coaching in Nebraska?
No, I don't think that so. Ended about a quarter century ago.
Oh, my. Had one of South Bend's best played in Nebraska, Demetrius Buchanan. Fortunately, he's left us, but he had a great career at LaSalle and at Nebraska.
So Philip Robles with 22 points tonight. Likely to be our player of the game unless the Lions can get a miracle here in the final 2.3 seconds. They need a steal and a 3. Wesley trying to bull his way through traffic, and I think they'll call a holding foul here on Elkhart.
Well, Skinny Rogers, again, being pressed into duty there, trying to stop the big man.
Eric Nocentelli will be called for the foul. And so Wesley, who averages 33 points a game, can get right there with a pair of free throws here.
We didn't write the script, but that's the way it works out. One free throw here would be absolutely crucial.
Now they're talking it over. The officials want to make sure that Wesley is the man that's supposed to go to the foul line. Kyle Sears and Alex Daniel are talking about who got fouled. And indeed, the officials agree. And quite frankly, the way I saw it from up here, too, is that Wesley was the one who was fouled.
Yep.
So Blake buries that one. Where have you seen the improvement in his game from watching him tonight?
Blake Wesley?
Yeah.
I think just the fact that he's a total team player, he helps out on defense, and he's not about himself. You know, again, a lot of points that Robles got, they're overplaying on Wesley. He's fine with that.
Nocentelli tried a half-court shot. It's off the mark, and the ball game is all over as the Riley Wildcats go to 7-3 thanks to a 67-62 win over Elkhart. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back with our post-game show brought to you by the Elkhart Chamber of Commerce and our electrical workers player of the game after this on 46.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Talk here, Mike.
Talk to him. I'm 1 2.
Talking to it.
Check. Good.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Standing by with our player game, a career high tonight, 22 points. Philip Robles, just talk about this victory tonight and how you guys were able to overcome that 17-6 deficit in that first quarter.
I mean, coach brought me off the bench tonight to kind of get me going and boost my confidence up because the past 2 games that we lost, I've been kind of sluggish and trying to find my rhythm, and him bringing me off the bench really brought it out of me tonight and made me think about it and just helped me.
You guys come out second half, and you guys really explode with the three-pointers. You guys only had one in that first half, but you really ignited them, and you guys really came alive on the three-point line. What was the difference in the second half?
You know, Coach told me to just play with confidence. I've been knocking them in all week, been working hard in practice and making those same shots. He told me to translate it to the game. That's what I did tonight.
Blake gets a lot of publicity and everything, but he's such a team player as well, and you guys really played such a team game tonight. And just talk about your teammates as well.
Blake, I play with one of the best players in the country, you know. I believe that he's the best player in the country to me. And then Jack, he's able to knock it down, and then we just have guys who do their role. Davion came in big tonight, rebounded the ball. Nate rebounded the ball. We have some guys out, and they just stepped up.
Coach Daniel comes in tonight, fourth coach in 4 years. Just talk about how difficult of a situation that is and how he's overcome that with this team.
You know, Coach Daniel came in first day of practice, and he came with our record of last year and was like, you guys want to change that? We all said yeah, so we really take initiative this year in changing that and showing that we're better than what we were last year.
Philip, thanks a lot. Congratulations. We'll see you down the future.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV-46 High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by...
Fun one tonight here at Algae Oldham Gymnasium as Riley rallies to beat Elkhart by a count of 67-62. Back and forth ball game. We saw what we expected from Blake Wesley, 33 points. That's his average. But the surprise came off the bench for Riley.
It certainly did with Philip Robles, who has got a lot of basketball IQ and also has had a lot of support from his coaching staff. And again, I think there was a little bit of maybe anticipation that it was going to be easier than it was for Riley, especially early on. They fell behind by 11 at the end of the first quarter, but down 13 before they got it going. And once they got it going, we had ourselves a great matchup, but a lot of key players for both teams.
The guy that was the spark, though, was Robles, and he is standing by now with Bo Hunt, our player of the game.
standing by with our player game. A career high tonight, 22 points. Philip Robles, just talk about this victory tonight and how you guys were able to overcome that 17-6 deficit in that first quarter.
I mean, Coach brought me off the bench tonight to kind of get me going and boost my confidence up because the past 2 games that we lost, I've been kind of sluggish and trying to find my rhythm, and him bringing me off the bench really brought it out of me tonight and made me think about it and just helped me.
You guys come out second half and you guys really explode with the 3-pointers. You guys only had 1 in that first half, but you really ignited them and you guys really came alive on the 3-point line. What was the difference in the second half?
You know, Coach told me to just play with confidence. I've been knocking them in all week, been working hard in practice and making those same shots. He told me to translate it to the game. That's what I did tonight.
Blake gets a lot of publicity and everything, but he's such a team player as well. And you guys really played such a team game tonight. And just talk about your teammates as well.
Blake, I play with one of the best players in the country, you know. I believe that he's the best player in the country to me. And then Jack, he's able to knock it down. And then we just have guys who do their role. Davion came in big tonight, rebounded the ball. Nate rebounded the ball. We have some guys out, and they just stepped up.
Coach Daniel comes in tonight, 4th coach in 4 years. Just talk about how difficult of a situation that is and how he's overcome that with this team.
You know, Coach Daniel came in first day of practice, and he came with our record of last year and was like, you guys want to change that? We all said yeah, so we really take initiative this year in changing that and showing that we're better than what we were last year.
Philip, thanks a lot. Congratulations. We'll see you down the future.
And while Philip Robles was huge, you can't take anything away from Blake Wesley either. A double-double, 33 points, 10 rebounds. And, oh, yeah, he came up with some plays that qualified as electrifying, and that's what's honored by the electrical workers of Local 153.
Well, it's always great to see a dunk, and we might see 1 per game. Today we had 3 of them from Blake Wesley. When he gets out there, he knows that it not only excites the limited fans who are here tonight, but also his teammates, and they get pumped up about that. And again, it was a great game. A couple of concerns I have for Riley. Number one is that they only had 4 players that got into the scoring column, and they're probably going to need some more balance between now and tournament time. And you know, Elkhart had good balance. He had 7 players in the scoring column. They got some things going early. Didn't play with a lot of confidence in that 3rd quarter, but it was better tonight, and I think it's going to get better as the season goes along.
You mentioned the lack of confidence. I think that was the one difference for Elkhart tonight. There were times that they had shots there, and they'd either put the ball on the floor before they take it up or pass it at times. And you have to remember, this is primarily a young team. They're playing together for the first time.
Right.
They've got to work on getting that chemistry and that confidence. Once it happens, they're a very dangerous group.
Right, and this was by far their best game of the year. Oh, it's early in the year. It's only the 8th of January. Happy New Year, partner.
Happy New Year to you.
We had ourselves a good start.
Indeed we did, and we're looking forward to seeing Northridge next Friday. By the way, Riley looks forward to seeing Northridge here Tuesday night. That should be a honey of a game as well. And our thanks to our TV-46 crew as we say Happy New Year to them. Good to be reunited with the group, including the crazy one, Dean Korsmo, the bubbly one, Tony Beltran. Happy birthday to his daughter, Maya, and our usual cast of characters. A reminder, we've got IU basketball on the radio Sunday evening at 6 as the Hoosiers take on Nebraska. You can hear that one on 103.1 FM. And the next Friday night, we head on over to the Madhouse in Middlebury as Northwood and Northridge renew that Elkhart County rivalry. We'll have it for you on Facebook, YouTube, the Champions Network at 7:45, and on TV-46 Friday night at 11 and Saturday morning at 9. For my Hall of Fame partners, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final. Riley 67, Elkhart 62. So long from the south side of South Bend.